Lockdown Reviews Intek H-520 Plus CB handheld by Paul Mike 0 Whiskey November Uniform or 26 Charlie Tango 730 if you catch me on 11 metres and PMR 446.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and it's another lockdown review video for you today. So this one is another CB, handheld CB for the CB guys. Although if you're a ham this might be of some interest to you as well, because obviously these can be modified for the 10 metre band if you know what you're doing, and you've got a licence a level above intermediate, because I don't think you're allowed to actually do that on a foundation, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. So this handheld in question, this is an Intek H-520 Plus. I've not seen this for sale recently, so I don't think you can get it brand new, although I know you can get these second hand. Do sometimes pop up on the second-hand market. I've actually got two of these because the first one I got around about the time these first came out. Unfortunately, what happened to that was the volume control was destroyed after the thing landed on a concrete floor. So the thing was pretty much rendered useful if it was to be used just for transmitting on the Citizens band, which it can probably still do, but the display's gone on it as well, so it's not really much use to anyone. So this is a handheld CB multi-standard antenna, usual rubbish rubber duck antenna that comes with modern handheld CBs on BNC connector. Just fits on the top. Same sort of speaker mic connector. Also the charger for this one plugs in there as well, and it takes an absolute age to charge, although there's contacts on the bottom that suggest a drop-in chargers available for it. There isn't. So it takes 6 AA batteries. It's getting into the battery box is one of the most difficult things to do on this particular handheld CB. I can never get into it. So there we go. And I've got 6 AA rechargeables in here. There's very sparkly Tronic ones from Lidl. Those are the ones that revived this thing. Underneath the batteries there's a switch for rechargeable nickel metal hydride batteries, or NiCads I think it was actually targeted at the time, or alkaline batteries. So you can put alkaline batteries into it, but you've got to switch that switch over first. There's also a loop of wire under there, which is for the export mode. If you cut that, it puts it into export mode and allows some extra frequencies, some of which coincide with the 10 metre band. So if you're a ham, that might be of some interest to you. It also tunes on 2712.5, but this is only AM and FM. This also will only do FM in the UK mode. So if you want to do AM, which we're legally allowed to do on CEPT channels, you have to change it to a different country. So what do you get with the radio other than you get a belt clip? There's only one screw in this because the other one just refused to come out. The head was pretty much ruined on it. So I never put it back in last time I tried to take the belt clip off. Lanyard, believe that came with this radio. So on top you've got, as well as the speaker mic connector, you've got volume and on-off, squelch with an auto-squelch position. So on the front you've got backlight on and off, memory, AM, FM, but that doesn't do anything in UK mode. You have to push and hold it to put it into the European FM only mode. Keypad lock, scan, dual watch, speech processor. I've had the speech processor on this before, it's not brilliant. I haven't tested the speech processor, so I don't see much point. Emergency channel, last channel recall, channel up and down, or menu items up and down, and there's a big menu button there. So, turning on the radio, got a nice big LCD screen with a nice big signal meter on one side there. Graduated, when on receive, graduated up to S9 and then plus 30, and then when you key it up, gives you the power level, which is up to 4 watts. Claims to be 4 watts, but I'm on batteries I wouldn't expect more anywhere near 4 watts, to be honest. Battery level indicator, receive Yeah, which the Midland actually doesn't have battery level indicator. Receive and transmit indication. So, backlight on and off, you can't really see that, so backlight's actually not the best on this one. Memory channels, so they're not set. So come off that. AM FM, as you can see, doesn't work unless I press and hold it, and then it puts it into CE mode. Then to get back to UK, fortunately go back to UK mode because this predates the changes in 2014. So we've got keypad lock, you've got to press and hold that before it does anything. It locks the keys and nothing will work. There is some noise in here, interestingly enough, but the squelch is doing a good job of keeping that out, so I'll just take the keypad lock off. Scan, does what it says on the tin. Dual watch, press and hold on that one. And press and hold again, I think. Yeah, press and hold to set the dual watch. Press and hold dual watch, set your channel, press and hold it again, it'll dual watch between the two. And then press dual watch just to turn it off. So we've got a speech processor, which has 3 modes by the looks of it. But according to the blurb, it's not much good unless you're transmitting to another Intek radio with the same speech processor. Well, that's what, or as far as I'm aware, that's what it says in the instruction book. It's been a while since I've looked at that. Given the fact I do actually have 2 instruction books for this radio, considering I've got 2 of them, one of them doesn't work. So, obviously, nice big up and down channel change button. Then you've got your menu, so you've got your beep, annoying beep on and off. You can turn it on and off like that. Press the menu again, gives you what that meter reads, whether it's power or modulation, though it's not really much good for modulation if you aren't actually transmitting in AM. Backlight automatic on or off, I like to keep that set to auto. Power level, so you've got a choice, 100 milliwatts, 1 watt and 4 watts. And then back to the main channel. So to change band, you've got to turn the radio off, press and hold the menu button. I'll show you that again actually. Press and hold the menu button. So go through the different countries. It even does the 0 ending Polish channels. So if you're in Poland, it's kind of useful for that. It does all the German channels, all the Italian ones. But we're interested in UK, so to get to the UK channels, select UK, press menu. It's all set up. So the squelch, as I say, got an automatic squelch. The automatic squelch does seem to work on this. Audio's alright on it. I have actually done the transmit audio tests to find out how that sounds, so you'll be seeing that in a minute. And the reason why I did it is because at the time I was filming for the previous handheld CB, and obviously I thought let's get them both done at the same time while I've got the SDR on the CB antenna. So that's what I did. So as I say, you might be able to find these on eBay, you probably could actually. It's the Intek H-520 Plus. They did an H-512 Plus as well, which had a slightly smaller screen and less features. So then they made a marine radio as well in the same case as this. So this car kit, which is this, again it would bring out the antenna into an SO239. You take the antenna off the top of the radio off, and that plugs into car cigarette lighter. So what you do with that is it's got a little screw thread on it, so that goes on the bottom of the radio with the screw thread facing the back, and then to lock it on you've got to turn the wheel in the direction of the screw thread, but it doesn't quite work out that well, so until it's locked on properly and making contact. So that's now attached to that, but you've got to take out one or all of the batteries. If you try plugging that in, it's going to probably try and pull more current into the batteries, and it's not going to end well. So just something to remember when if you want to use the car kit. It does say that in the instructions. To get the car kit off, it's basically the reverse. Unscrew that. And I would advise, if you're going to use the car kit, to use an external microphone, because using that like that in the car is just going to be a bit cumbersome. You take this antenna off as well. I might have mentioned that already. So the car kit comes with. The car kit would normally come with this radio brand new, but I think it was an optional extra with the H-512. But that car kit would still fit it, because the contacts on the underneath were the same. The middle contact of the 5 on the bottom brings the antenna out, and then there's 2 for voltage, but there's another 2 further out for charge contacts. But no one ever made a drop-in charger for these, and Intek themselves didn't. So it was just plug the charger into the top. The charger uses the microphone socket. It's a standard 2.5mm jack connector. Or you could just take the batteries out and put them into a separate charger. So that's really all there is to it. And this radio, I've had it for a few years, but obviously it hasn't been working up until I put those tronic batteries in it, and those tronic batteries have actually done well, so I'm actually kind of impressed with that. It wasn't available during the summer months when my significant other was here, so my significant other used the Midland instead, although I'm not sure if my significant other would have liked the Intek, but I'm not sure whether my significant other even saw the Intek. I would imagine so though. So the Intek H-520 Plus, a handheld CB with a nice big display, but those are a wee bit on the power hungry side. I know the older ones were really power hungry, because I remember when I got my original one, which I still have. It's next to the place where I actually keep that one, and I actually do keep the antenna. I've still got the antenna for the old one actually, so I've got a spare antenna, so it does help. It did go through batteries like there was no tomorrow. So yeah, the only drawback though is the antenna size is a bit small, but you can buy a longer antenna made by Albrecht, which will fit both that and the Midland 42. So the longer the antenna, the better the range you're going to get. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut into the audio test that I did on the 30th of April. Yeah, I'm filming this on the 1st of May, so I'm going to cut to that just now. So let's go back in time, shall we? Right, let's see you soon.
Okay, so you joined me the same day they've done the Midland 42 on air test. We're comparing the two radios against each other. So this is it in the Intek H-520 Plus. Actually my favourite handheld CB, because it's got this nice big display. May have already mentioned that, may not, don't know. So I actually haven't filmed that part at the time of filming this part, so I'm not doing this one in sequence, because I might as well just do them both now. So Channel 20 as before, so let's see. 26 Charlie Tango 730, testing Intek H-520 Plus, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And another one. 26 Charlie Tango 730, testing Intek H-520 Plus, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to test the Midland 42's audio against it. So I've got my car keys in my hand, which is a bit annoying, but there's nothing to do about that. So it's the same conditions that I did for the Midland 42. So there's Midland 42, which I had before. 26 Charlie Tango 730, testing the Midland 42 against the Intek H-520 Plus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And one more just for the record. 26 Charlie Tango 730, testing the Midland Allen 42 Multi against the Intek H-520 Plus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right, and I will now put that in my pocket, and I will head back up and see how that all came out, and I'll let you know. 26 Charlie Tango
Tango 730, testing Intek H-520 Plus, 12345 54321. 26 Charlie Tango 730, testing Intek H-520 Plus, 12345 54321. 26 Charlie Tango 730, testing the Midland 42 against the Intek H-520 Plus, 12345 54321. 26 Charlie Tango 730, testing the Midland Allen 42 multi against the Intek H-520 Plus, 12345 54321.
Okay, so fast forward back to the 1st of May again. Now I've had a listen to the audio from the H-520 Plus, comparing it to the Midland Allen 42. Excuse me, the Midland Allen 42 multi. So it sounds like the Intek's actually a wee bit on the louder side compared to the Midland, which is interesting. That's not something I would have thought of. I didn't have the speech processor on or anything, because that wouldn't have been a fair test. So the speech processor was in fact turned off. So the H-520 Plus does seem to have a louder audio on it. As it wasn't working in August, it wasn't obviously available to my significant other, although I'm not sure whether my significant other would have preferred that radio or preferred the Midland. Something my significant other should really address. So that's something that will be asked later. Because obviously during this time of lockdown and other reasons, my significant other can't come back to the UK right now. But you know, nothing we can do about that until such times as all this is over, and then I can start moving forward with that. So back to the radio. If you can find the Intek H-520 Plus on eBay, I'm sure you can. I'm sure you can get hold of it. I've not seen any CB sellers actually sell this recently, because as far as I'm aware it's a discontinued model. I think every single Intek radio is discontinued, which is a shame, because there was quite a few interesting ones. They even did a receive only one, which I don't have, and I've not been able to find that on eBay. So obviously I can't find it brand new. It's going to be difficult to find one that's brand new. But of course, sometimes CB brands come and go, and sometimes they hang around for a while. I mean, the brands that we've got at the moment are obviously TTI, because they're still selling radios. There's Midland, they're still going with CB radios. Team in Germany, they are still doing CB radios. Some of them are rebadged Nanfons these days. Thunderpole are doing their own range of CB radios at the moment. All of the current owned brand Thunderpole ones are rebadged Nanfons. Their first one was actually a rebadged Intek. So it had an Intek microphone on it. It was an Intek M120, I think. So obviously Intek's one of the ones that seems to have disappeared, but we've still got TTI. We've still got a few actually. There's also PNI from Romania. They're kind of entering the UK market as well. There's a few of their radios available over here. Unfortunately, the boxes are in Romanian, so it's a bit. And they also a lot of them only state CEPT frequencies, but as far as I can tell, they do work on UK frequencies, and I think some of those are actually rebadged from the Nanfon plant as well. But you know, and there's obviously the Nanfon CB radios themselves, if you can actually get them direct from the manufacturer. Then there's Anytone. There's a few of those. Some of them are rebadged as CRT, including their 10-meter radios. And I've got CRT SS9900, which I can attest to actually being an Anytone 86666. So yeah, you know, CB brands come and go, and Intek's one of the ones I think's gone, which is a shame. So a lot of their radios did seem to be quite good, including the H-520 Plus and their other handheld option, the H-512. And the biggies that's still going is President and Uniden. No, I don't think you can get any Uniden radios in the European market at the moment. I think they're all Presidents. You know. So, the Intek H-520, good little radio, nice big display, so it's nice and visible, unlike the smaller display on the Midland 42. It's actually one of my favourite CB handhelds of modern times. Well, at the moment it is because I don't actually have any older CB radios that are handheld. The oldest CB radio I've got is a Moonraker FA5000, which I have a sneaky suspicion is actually a conversion of something else. So that's something that I might cover another day, although having said that, it's got a horrible microphone on it, so it's not something I want to cover. So, Intek H-520 Plus. If you can find those on eBay, which you probably should be able to, I would recommend buying one. But what you might want to do is buy the long Albrecht antenna. I think Thunderpole sell those. So if you want to get some decent range out of it, or you can use that car kit and put it in your car, or have it as a home base. It would work for that. So, and it feels relatively well built. I mean, as I said, I dropped my last one end on a concrete floor and it completely destroyed the volume potentiometer, but there's not really much I could do about that. So, well, I could have changed the potentiometer, but I didn't know what part it was at the time, so that was a bit of a pain. And looking inside, it looks like we've got a metal chassis in there. So, yeah. And if you want a 10-meter handheld for the FM portion anyway, and you can convert it to 10 meters if you so desire. That's for the hams out there that like to convert CB equipment to 10 meters. But obviously, if you want to fiddle around modifying that, you do that at your own risk. Okay, so that's covered that. So it's Paul Mike 0 Whiskey November uniform, or as I would be on it there, 26 Charlie Tango 730. So, and if you want to see the range test that I did with the Intek and the Midland back into base using the boomerang antenna, I'm going to pop a link to that in the video now, so should be a link at the top corner there. Yeah, they're actually relatively decent radios. When I did that range test, I did it into my Grant 2. The Grant 2 is connected to the boomerang antenna, and there was actually quite a lot of noise on the day being picked up by the Grant 2. But and then obviously I did the earlier handheld CBs. Are they any good? Which is proving to be quite a popular video, as it turns out. So you can have a look at that one if you want. So now, if you haven't seen the lockdown review of the Midland 42 already, that should be available as well. I've put all the lockdown reviews into a playlist, so you can watch them all at any time you like. So, 7.3s for now. Keep yourself safe. Watch for the virus. So we're still under lockdown because of that. Obviously, hence lockdown reviews. And I will catch you in the next one. And as I said in the previous video for the Anytone, which should be the previous video from this one actually, all being well. If it isn't, then as I said in the Anytone video, I do have another radio on the way. Like I say, I'm not going to say too much about that. So that will be revealed when it gets here. Well, it's quite an interesting thing I've bought. Well, it might be interesting. So I'll catch you on the next video. I don't know what that's going to be yet. Could be another lockdown review. I've still got my Intek MT5050 to do on the handhelds. That's probably the last handheld I've got to do. As far as I can tell, I've done everything else. And then it'll be on to and I've got to figure out if I can do the mobile CBs. I wouldn't be doing the Thunderpole T3000 because I've already done an unboxing and a first look on that, so I won't be doing that. So if I can get the mobiles in the lockdown reviews, it would be I'd be doing my Yaesu FTM 400 in the car definitely, because although I didn't actually, because I never ever did a review on that. I won't be doing the President Grant 2 because I've done a first look at that quite a few years ago now actually. Don't know whether I did anything on the Midland 78, but I will do something. I will cover that. I'll cover that Moonraker FA 5000 if I can as well, and the TTI TTB 550. The QIT KT 8900D is in the shack, and in order for me to actually test that, I'd have to put that onto a dummy load and it would skew the results, so I'm not going to do that. So, I think I'm about covered really. I'm starting to get to the end of the radios I can do for the lockdown review, and I'm going to try and figure out if I can actually do the mobiles. So, oh yeah, there's a Team Roadcom FS in the other room as well, which my significant other had in there. So, that's another one I could cover if I can get this all sorted out for mobile radios. And so I'll 7.3 for now. The next lockdown review will be the Intek MT5050, as I haven't done that yet. That will be the last one to do. So I will wish you 7.3 for now. And again, stay safe, guys.
Don't forget, you can subscribe to this channel and ring the bell to be notified of new videos as I upload them. 73 is from Paul, Mike 0 Whiskey November uniform, or 26 Charlie Tango 730 on 11 metres and PMR 446.